Duncan and the hot air balloon. It was a beautiful day in the hills of Sodor. It was Mr. Percival's twins' birthday. Every year, Duncan gave the twins a special birthday ride. Duncan was very excited. At the depot, Duncan was getting ready. He had to look his best. The special birthday flag had been fixed to his cab. Duncan was very proud of his flag. Mr. Percival came to see Duncan. Duncan was disappointed. He wanted to give the twins their birthday treat. And he chuffed sadly away. Duncan puffed into the transfer yards. Thomas had got the balloon from the dock. The balloon man was filling it with hot air. So Duncan huffed slowly away to Mr. Percival's house. On his way, Duncan rolled over a bumpy track. His flatbed clanked, rattled, and jiggled. One of the ropes holding down the balloon came undone, thought Duncan. Then an idea flew into Duncan's funnel. So Duncan began to jiggle backwards and forwards over the bumpy track. The ropes loosened and the balloon floated away. And Duncan chuffed cheerily to Mr. Percival's house. Duncan puffed round the bend. Then he stopped. The hot air balloon had floated down. It was right in front of him on the track. Duncan bumped into the balloon. The basket wobbled and one of the sandbags fell off. It made the balloon rise up a little. Duncan was puzzled. He biffed the balloon again. More sandbags fell off. The balloon rose higher and floated away. Duncan was delighted. Duncan chuffed round another bend. There, on the bridge above him, was the balloon. He thought. Duncan chuffed his biggest puff. The hot smoke from his funnel flew into the balloon. It made the balloon get bigger. This gave Duncan an idea. He huffed and puffed and puffed and huffed. The balloon got bigger and bigger and floated away. Duncan was delighted. He raced on to Mr. Percival's house. Mr. Percival was waiting for him. Mr. Percival was upset. Then there was trouble. The balloon floated down from the sky once again, straight towards the weather vane on Mr. Percival's roof. It burst on the sharp point. The balloon tumbled down. Duncan was upset. Now the twins wouldn't have their balloon ride at all. Mr. Percival was cross. Duncan felt even more upset. He wanted the twins to have a happy day. Mr. Percival thought this was a very good idea, so Duncan puffed quickly away. Duncan raced into the mountain village station. The balloon repairman was waiting. Duncan shoved quickly back to Mr. Percival's house. Mr. Percival was very pleased to see them. The balloon repairman looked at the big hole in the bottom. The balloon repairman looked at the hole in the balloon. The balloon repairman looked at Duncan's flag. The balloon repairman fixed the balloon just in time. Peter Sambo arrived with the twins. They were delighted. Soon, Mr. Percival and the twins were floating high above the island of Sodor. And Duncan felt so happy he thought his boiler would burst.